So today we continue with our class of laws of Tzedakah Maaser. And we start with Sefer Shmiras Haloshon, and our topic is measure for measure. Scripture relates how the prophet Eliyahu was forced to hide in a cave to escape the designs of wicked King Ahav and his queen Jezebel. Okay. When God appeared to Eliyahu in a vision, the prophet said, "I have been exceedingly zealous for Hashem, God of legions, for children of Israel have abandoned your covenant." It was because, it's from Melachim 19:10. It was because of this indictment of his people that the role of the transmitting of the divine word to the generation was transferred from Eliyahu to his disciple Elisha. Yakut Shmani. So let's try to understand what is going on. So measure for measure, meaning in some sense Eliyahu was punished, right? So one more time. On one hand, it's punished. On the other hand, we know that he's still alive. The scripture relates how the prophet Eliyahu was forced to hide in a cave to escape the design of wicked King Ahav and his queen Jezebel. Right, so this Isabella and this Ahav guy, she was not Jewish, very interesting. So he was intermarried, unfortunately. And she was idol worshipper, right? And he was idol worshipper. And of course, Eliyahu was a prophet of God, so they were trying to kill him. And he was hiding. And especially after this incident on Mount Carmel, when he slew many of the Baal prophets. So yeah, they were after him. At least she was. When God appeared to Eliyahu in a vision, the prophet said, "I have exceedingly zealous for Hashem, the God of the legion. The children of Israel have abandoned your covenant." So meaning Eliyahu Hanavi loved Hashem so much. So he said the legion, so meaning that the children of Israel abandon your covenant. And what does it mean? We'll learn there in the book of Melachim. Actually, there is like scary numbers. I think it says like 7,000 people out of the whole nation. I mean, from a northern kingdom that did not bow to the idols from the whole the whole kingdom. 7,000. That's it. Meaning that all others bowed. Right? So was Eliyahu wrong when he said that? Absolutely not. He was right. Whatever he said was true. It was because of his indictment of his people that the role of transmitted from divine word, transmitting the divine word to the generation was transmitted from Eliyahu, transferred from Eliyahu to Elisha. So because he said that they're not good people, they idol worshiper. Was it true? Absolutely, 100% it was true, whatever he said. Right? But Hashem replaced him with Elisha. Okay. Yalkut Shmani 217. But just to remind us, Eliyahu was still on top of the prophets. Right? He's still alive. He comes to some people who deserve it, even today. And it says on every circumcision, he's there during every circumcision. And it says that when what was it on the night of Pesach, right? We pour this special cup for Eliyahu, right? So he's there. So I mean, people who do not know, just hear the half of the story. Yeah, he was zealous, and now he got punished. Okay, he got punished. He was taken out alive to heaven, and he's still there. Well, Elisha died. Okay. Yet later, when Elisha prophesied at the end of the famine, an officer of the king declared, "Behold, if Hashem make windows out of heavens, can such a thing be?" It's Melachim base 7:2. in Medrash cited by Sefer Haredim 47:23, understand the officer words as meaning, surely if it is with God's power to bring this about. However, this generation is like generation of the flood, regarding which it is written, and the windows of heaven were opened. From Bereshit 7:11. How can it be that the generation of so wicked should merit a miracle so great? Because he spoke this way of the Jewish people, the officer who told Elisha, "You will not see the miracle. You will see the miracle occur, but you will not eat from the food that will result from it." Okay, so let's see the second part of this. I mean, it's not second, like totally separate parts. I think now, if I remember correctly, this was in the kingdom of Yehuda, different kingdom, right? In southern kingdom. I think so. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I think. So one more time. Later, years later, when Elisha prophesies at the end of the famine, the officer of the kingdom declared. I mean, I think it was heaven, and they were surrounded by the army as well. Maybe a Syrian army. I mean, there are no details, but that's what I think. Okay, so he says, "Behold, if Hashem makes a window." Right, so Elisha said, yeah, it's good. Tomorrow it's going to be food, right? Tomorrow it's going to be so much food that it's going to be very cheap. And they were starving and dying on the street, right? So of course, yeah. So he said, even Hashem will make windows in heaven. Can such thing be? So here it says that basically people are not deserving of this miracle on one hand. Another explanation for this verse is actually that he said, how is it possible? Okay, even Hashem cannot do that because there is no food. How can he rain the food? And Hashem, of course, he can, and that's what he performed. And it says, however, the generation is like the generation of the flood, regarding which it is written, and the window of the heaven were open, meaning all of them drowned. Right? So the officer was saying that this generation is not deserving and of the great miracle. And Elisha said, yeah, you will see, but you're not going to eat. And what happened, people, when they heard that the army, I think they abandoned everything and just ran away. Right? And they have a lot of food there left, right? All the provisions that they took with themselves for the siege, they left everything, if I remember the story correctly, and they trampled him over, this officer, and kill him. So exactly as Elisha said, he saw it, he saw the miracle, but he did not taste the food. Okay, so basically, according to this explanation, so because he spoke so bad about Jewish people, so he was punished. Okay, that's the bottom line. Okay, any questions on what we said?
Rabbi?
Yes, go ahead.
No, it's a question about the Yahweh Navi. Is he also present during the circumcisions of people that want to convert?
No, he's not, because person who wants to convert, he's not Jewish, so they have to do circumcision before, like, I don't know, 30 days. I mean, depends on the person, so I mean, it has to heal. So it's done like in advance before circumcision. But for babies, yes. Okay, what else? Any other questions?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome. Okay, so then continue. So we continue with same, still on the same chapter. It's huge chapter. I mean, huge because there are so many details. vows of the charity are niddah tzedakah, right? And we're on section H, and it says that topic is non-verbalized vow of tzedakah, right? So meaning a person just thought about it. There is a discussion among the poskim whether one becomes obligated in a vow through the machshava, right? Thinking about giving tzedakah without verbalizing this. So, okay, so technically, we always say that that's what it is, but of course there is some lenient opinion, and they say not. Okay, just so you know. If one merely thought for a fleeting moment about giving an amount to tzedakah, he would not be obligated. Not it's in a bold, right? So if it was only for a fleeting moment, no problem. However, if one determined firmly in his mind to give certain amount to tzedakah, but did not express it, there is dispute among the poskim as to what should be done. Okay, so before we continue, so at least we have some leniency. If you had only for one moment, right, in your mind, okay, it's not count. No, nobody said it does. Okay, so no problem. But if person decided again, just decided on her mind, nothing was said out loud, just in the mind, but it was decided in mouth and to whom. Okay, so that's where the dispute begins. Some poskim maintain that as long as he firmly decided to give tzedakah, this was considered obligation, even though he did not express it verbally. Okay, which is understandable. So firmly decided to do, must do it. Okay, others hold that he is only obligated in a vow tzedakah when expressed verbally. Okay. Still, others maintain that one would only be obligated in a vow tzedakah, not fully expressed, where one verbally commit to giving tzedakah without specifying the amount and to whom. Very interesting. But in his mind, he's determined these two factors. However, if one did not express his intention verbally, he would not be obligated to give tzedakah. Generally, one should follow the most stringent opinion that even without expressing the intention to give tzedakah, he should contribute nevertheless. One who wrote down that he will give sum of money to tzedakah would be obligated in doing so. So let's do this piece again. I thought, it's a lot of details, so we're going to go line by line. A lot of details. So let's do from the beginning, and for first few lines we can skip. So basically, there is discussion if a person just thought in his mind without verbalizing. Is he obligated or not? That's the topic. If one merely thought for a fleeting moment about the given amount to tzedakah, he would not be obligated. Okay, so he thought maybe even to whom to give, and even amount or just amount, right? So in this case, if it's like for a fleeting moment, no problem. Okay. However, if one determined firmly in his mind to give certain amount to tzedakah, but did not express it. So, for example, somebody is sick or somebody is going to some life trouble, right? So the person said, I want to give to such and such cause or to such and such person, right? Firmly decided a certain amount of tzedakah, but did not express, so only in his mind. There is a dispute among poskim as to what should be done. Okay, so again, it was decided at least amount. At least amount. Okay, so amount, but maybe no specific person. Okay, some poskim maintain that as long as firmly decided to give tzedakah, this was constituted as obligation, even though it was not expressed verbally. And this is what they call at the end more strict opinion, stringent opinion. That's what we usually follow. Right? So, of course, I mean, the leniency would be if, like, whom to give. Right? But if you decided such and such amount, so it's proper to give it. But there is another opinion. So again, if you decided firmly, okay, others hold that he is only obligated in a vow, tzedakah, when expressed verbally. So this second opinion is actually what we said last time, right? Only if somebody said it out loud, then obligated. If only thought about it, no obligation. Okay, but that's how we started this chapter. It's this is considered to be exception. Right, compared to all other cases. So in all other cases, a person just thought about the mitzvah, okay, it's not obligation, but it's tzedakah. We said it is an exception. But of course, there is the opinion that if it was only in his mind, not obligated. Continue. Still, others maintain that one would only be obligated in a vow, tzedakah, not fully express, where one verbally committed to giving tzedakah without specifying amount to whom. 1 second. So one more time. Still others maintain that one would be obligated in a vow tzedakah, not fully expressed. Okay, meaning that he said I should give tzedakah, where one verbally committed to giving tzedakah, right? For example, for whatever is going on in his life, so I have to give tzedakah without specifying amount and whom. So meaning those are two variables, but so he can say I'll give $1. Okay, but in his mind he determined these two factors. So it's very interesting. Out loud he said I should give tzedakah, right? Let's say somebody heard him, but in his mind he knew how much and to whom. Okay. However, if one did not express the intention verbally, he would not be obligated to give tzedakah. Okay, so meaning it's not just a general statement. It's not exactly commitment on one hand, right? Okay. Generally, one should follow the most stringent opinion that even without expressing his intention to give tzedakah, he should contribute nevertheless. So meaning. We're talking about this case specific, not, I mean, in general also, but this specific case. So if he said, I have to give tzedakah, but in his mind it was amount and then a person whom to give, so he should like proper to follow this his intention. One who wrote down that he will give sum of money to tzedakah would be obligated doing so. I mean but that's like. Same as with laws of Haloshon Hara. Whatever we wrote, it's like it's like we said it, like it's a promise. Okay, so it's very very interesting. Again, we're trying to as we said before, if we promise, just do it. Okay. So next scenario: made the vow but not sure of the amount. One who made a vow to give tzedakah and now is unsure the exact amount of his commitment should give up to the maximum amount he would normally donates. Let me see how. Okay, let's read finish and we're going to explain. One who committed to give tzedakah to an institution and forgot which one should give that amount to all institutions he may have intended. However, one cannot be forced to do this. Instead, he would be permitted to take amount of the money pledged and let the institution divide it among themselves. A Rav should be consulted as to whether or not one may annul such a vow. So, and that's actually, I think it's from Bava Mitzvah, and we're going to explain why, if you never learned that Gemara, so it sounds like a little strange, but we're going to explain. It's very interesting. So one more time this right. So again, our topic: made the vow but not sure the amount. Right. So the person forgot. So one more time, one who made the vow to give tzedakah, and now is unsure of exact amount of his commitment, should give up to the maximum amount that he would normally donate. So meaning if he he cannot go like any amount, because if he said to himself, I have to give to this institution, right, this amount. So meaning that if he gives a less or minimum, like if he is going to give $1, even though he was thinking about $200, so it's like he did not fulfill his promise. You understand? So in order to fulfill his promise, so it must be like it must be taken into account what is the maximum I could have promised. For example, if I have 250 on my account, so most likely I did not promise everything. Maybe half of it, maybe I don't know, some like 1/3 of it. You understand? But maximum of what could have been, because otherwise he did not fulfill his obligation. I mean, that's straightforward. It's actually from Vow of Mitzvah also. So it says actually, so they gave there a few cases, right? They brought down a few cases, and one of the cases was that the guy comes. To two people, and whose father passed away, and he said, you know what? I know that one of the guys, one of your fathers, left with me deposit, but I don't remember which one of them. Okay, so basically he comes to the heirs, to the sons, and said, I apologize, but I do not know. So in this case, he must give to both of them. Right, because he has to return the money, and now we do not know whom he owes. Okay, so he cannot give half to this one, half to that one. He has to give to two of them. Right. Continue. One who commits to give tzedakah to an institution and forgot which one. Forget which one should give the amount. I'm sorry. One who committed to give tzedakah to an institution and forgot which one, right? I mean, to which one, I guess, should give the amount to all of the institutions that he may be intended. So, and the story in Bava Mitzvah, it's like. Person said, I stole from one of you guys. I don't remember from which one. I took the money from the pocket, let's say in a bathhouse or something. So please tell me from whom I took. So there's and every, like, let's say there were 5 people, and all of the 5 people say, yeah, you took from me. So basically he cannot prove. I mean, he came and said that I want to return. And one of the opinions says that he has to return to all of them, right? One of the opinion, and another opinion said no, like pull it down and let them divide on their own. Or another opinion was that he should take it to a court, Beis Din, and leave it with them, and let them prove that this $100 belongs to them. Right, or leave it in the case in the hands of Beis Din until Eliyahu Hanavi comes. So that's just so you know the background of these halachas, right? So they say if he decided to give $100 but does not remember to what institution to give, right? So like he should give to all of the institutions that could have right, that he usually gives, or like. Right, maybe 2, 3, whatever. So, because it was a promise. However, one cannot be forced to do this, right? Okay. And in that Bava Mitzvah, when when it says all of the 5 people claim, so it says like if you give only to one of them, like arbitrarily, right? It's maybe you are right, maybe not. So, and if you want to be clean of this of the sin of stealing, you have to like compensate the person you stole from. So of course, if you stole only from one, of course the 4 other people are lying. It's understandable. But if you want to clean up your chart in Shemaim, that's what you should do, and that's what it says here. So he cannot be forced to do that. Because why? Because he promised only that I'm going to give $100, right? And now, like, there are five institutions that he usually gives to, so we cannot force him to pay 500. That's not what he promised. Understand? But on one hand, but on another hand, if you want to be clean because you promise to give to one of the 3 and you gave to like arbitrarily decided, maybe you gave to wrong institution. That's the issue. I mean, okay, I'm just trying to explain what it says here. Instead, he would be permitted to take the amount of money he pledged and let the institution divide by themselves. That's what I said about the court. Right? He brings to the court, and one opinion, no, you actually get these people together, put it on a table, a leaf, and let them fight for the money. I mean, that's not proper, of course. I mean, you can do that. You said, okay, look, you all of 5 of you say that I'm stole for you, but I stole only $100. I did not steal $500. I did not go to the pocket of all of you. So here's the money. I owe 100. I put down, and he leaves. So, and that was one opinion. But people, Rabbi is saying, yeah, it's very nice of you. It's very clever that you return this and say that you stole only 100. But what if the strongest guy is actually a crook, right? And the guy who lost 100 did not get it. How about that, right? A Rav should be consulted as to whether or not one may annul such a vow. So as we understand, it's not such easy to annul a vow because it was said out loud. On the other hand, the institution or Gabbai Tzedakah did not hear it, so it is a way for it to be a little lenient. Okay, any questions on what we said so far? Okay, no problem. So we continue. So next one is J, and it says if the indigent does not want to accept. Very interesting. In one made the vow to give money to a particular indigent, and he refuses to accept it, donor would be released from fulfilling that vow. Okay, so meaning you wanted to do to give that person money, right, or whatever. He refused, so it's like you were prevented by doing mitzvah beyond your control. Okay, that's very simple. Next one, K, is women. If a woman made a vow to give tzedakah prior to getting married and did not fulfill her obligation before her marriage, then her husband must discharge the vow for her. Okay. So let's read one more time. If a woman made the vow to give tzedakah prior to getting married, maybe, right, okay, maybe she started to give in tzedakah some amount, maybe she did not even start, right? And did not fulfill her obligation before the marriage, right? Then her husband must discharge the vow for her. Okay. So discharge the vow, meaning he not nullify the vow, but discharge, he has to pay. Whatever she brought into the marriage, it's actually the obligations, right? So he has to pay for her. It's very interesting. Okay, next one is children. Normally, a boy is not obligated to in the mitzvahs until he has reached 13 years and 1 day, and the girl not obligated the mitzvahs until she is 12 years old and 1 day. However, concerning the laws of the vow, vows, the Torah considers a boy who is 12 years old and 1 day, and a girl is 11 years old and 1 day to be responsible for their vows, provided they understand what they are doing. Therefore, regarding the matter of tzedakah, if children have their own money and commit some of it to tzedakah, a boy, 12 would be obligated to honor his commitment, as would 11 years old girl. Okay, so let's do this one more time about the children, and we're going to explain. So first of all, children not obligated in any mitzvahs until the bar mitzvah, which is 13 in 1 day and 12 in 1 day. So when we say one day, like it's that's like legal term, right? 13 in 1 day, but it's their birthday. That's when they obligated to. So meaning 13 complete years, and the birthday it's actually the next year. That's that's what it means, right? So they're not obligated on one hand, but in case of the vows, they consider to be like a grown-ups, right? If the boy is 12 years, right? So 1 year less. So they take him to court, for example, if we have a doubt, and they ask him a few questions, several questions, just to understand like if he's mature enough. And same with a girl, right? So girls usually they mature. 11, 12, right? The boys not all of them, but many of them they're mature enough to understand what they vow, what the value of the money and stuff like that. And so if they make a vow to give tzedakah, like even before the bar of mitzvah, 1 year before, so they're obligated to honor that commitment. It's very interesting. I think it's the only exception. Maybe there are other exceptions, but on top of my head, I know about only this one. Right. Right. Okay. Continue. Any questions before we continue, actually? Okay. So we continue. Next one, M. Made the vow, then died. There is a dispute among the poskim if the heirs are obligated to fulfill the vow that the deceased relative made during that regarding tzedakah. If the situation were to arise, one should consult competent halachic authority. However, all authorities concur that if one set aside money for tzedakah and died prior to donating it, his heirs would be obligated to disperse the money to the poor. Okay, so again, the situation is the person died. Just 1 second, I'm going to fulfill. One more time. There is dispute among the poskim if the heirs obligated to fulfill the vow the deceased relative made regarding tzedakah. So he promised to give tzedakah, and he died, right? So why is it dispute? Because the person is no longer there. So if he's dead, he's not obligated, right? And he never told the heirs. So if he told heirs, that's a given. Yeah, they must give. But if he did not say, right, then did not tell them. So continue. If the situation were to arise, one should consult the competent halachic authorities. I mean, of course, there are many details, but it depends on details. In some cases, this halachic authority would tell them, yes, you should pay. I mean, because there is a judgment against this person. You understand? So you should pay. Okay. Of course, there are some other circumstances. Okay, but that's what it is. However, all authorities concur that if one set aside money to tzedakah, or I would add, maybe he put in his will that such and such amount should be disperse to poor people or to institution, that's given. Okay, but even if like he set aside, so we must do it. Okay, continue. So continue. And vow made in error. One who made the vow to give tzedakah based on a certain information and afterwards realized that he was misinformed does not have to fulfill his vow, since it is considered a vow made in error. Therefore, for example, one who said that he will give 1,000 to an indigent based on information he received that this is the amount required, and then found out that the indigent needs only 500, right? 500 does not have to fulfill this his obligation, his original commitment, and is obligated to give only the smaller amount of 500. Okay, so before we continue, so let's do this part. So person, so the situation is the person said, I want to give this indigent person $1,000 because that's what he thought that he's short for rent $1,000, but then he found out no, it was actually like 500. So there is no problem. So because this promise was made based on wrong information. That's very clear. So we can go by different amount, and it's actually one of the openings when we actually can nullify the vow. I'm not talking about this one. I mean in general. So if vow was made, promise was made on based on wrong information, we can cancel it. It's easy. I mean, of course, you have to go through the procedure, but that's the reason. Similarly, if one committed to give the money to an indigent and before he had an opportunity to fulfill his obligation, the poor person became rich and died, he would not have to fulfill his vow. The reason is that it is safe to assume that he only wanted to give money if the individual required it, and now he need no longer exists. The need no longer exists. In the same way, one second. There are two different cases. So let's do this case separately. So one more time. Similarly, if one committed to give money to indigent before he had an opportunity to fulfill the obligation, poor person became rich and died. Okay, so a person was poor, he wanted to help, that poor person became rich and died, right? He would not have to fulfill his vow, right? I mean, but it's clear why, because he was promising tzedakah based on the information at that time, that person was in need. He was poor, was in need. Now there is no such a need. First of all, he's no longer poor and he's no longer there. Okay. The reason is that it is safe to assume that he only wanted to give money if the individual required it, right? So meaning he was poor, and now the need no longer exists, meaning that there is no person and no need. In the same way, when there is a collection to raise a certain sum of money to alleviate a plight on an individual, and one committed to give, but the amount required was collected prior to the redeeming his pledge, he is not obligated to give any money. Okay, so let's do this scenario one more time. In the same way, when there is a collection to raise a certain amount of money to alleviate the plight of individuals, so they say we need to raise $30,000 for that person's surgery or something, right? And one committed to give, but the amount required was collected prior to his pledge. So he sees today in many tzedakah drives they have like these graphs and see how much we gave and have like what is our goal. So if they put the goal, for example, for this specific surgery at $30,000, so by the time he decided to give, it was $30,000. That's it. I mean, I guess they can still open. Usually they don't close the collection, but at least the goal was raised. Right, reached. The goal was reached, and that's it. Right, so he's no longer obligated. Right, because he wanted to donate only to this amount, toward this amount, $30,000. So he's not obligated to give any money. So next scenario. Similarly, one who sets aside money to give to yeshiva or other institution, and then yeshiva institution closed down, one may take the money and use it for his own personal needs. However, if yeshiva is reopened, it would be obligated to give money at the same time. At that time. So let's do. It's a very interesting case. Similar, one more time this case. Similarly, one who sets aside money to give to yeshiva or other institution, and then yeshiva institution closed down. Okay, so meaning he was saving up money, and there is no longer this cause. May take the money and use it for his own personal needs. So I assume, I'm just adding that it was not from his Maaser. If it's from Maaser, he has to give to somewhere else. But if it's not, if it says like extra tzedakah, right? Yeah, so he can do it for his own needs, right? However, if yeshiva is reopened, he would be obligated to give the money at that time, meaning it was set for a specific goal. There is no goal yet. No, it does not exist. The cause no longer exists, or he can keep the money or give to somebody else. Very interesting. So, but if they reopen, so you have to give again. I mean, not again, but you have to give. Any questions? Or we continue. Yes, go ahead.
Couple questions on the word. Question about children owing money.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an age limit that a child is considered owning owning properties or money halachically? For example, under certain age, the child is unable to own money.
It's very interesting case. So technically, all of the under bar mitzvah, like if you're talking about boy, right? All of the money belongs to the father, right? Under bar mitzvah, and meaning whatever he makes actually belongs to the father, right? But I would say it's a biblical, right? But our sages enable a child. Somehow I want to say like older than 9 years old. I'm not sure why they want to say it. I mean maybe I'm mistaken something. So basically, rabbinically, they say that no, it's actually a child can take possession of money, and he can do sales like movable property, not real estate. So, for example, he has his father passed away, and he left a field for him, or he left an apartment for him. So the child cannot sell the apartment because he's not capable of understanding. So of course we have to assign like a guardian for him, right? So who would decide what to do, right? But he can make he can buy and sell movable property. Like movable property, he does business. He sells apples and something, right? So to make a child self-sufficient. Okay. So age again, I think it's 9 years old, but I could be mistaken. Right. But it's again in some limited sense. Okay, go ahead. What else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
The next question is on Beezrat. If people give tzedakah to a rabbi based on false information, and later on the rabbi finds out the information is untrue, the money is no longer needed for the cost. Does the rabbi have an obligation to return the money? If the rabbi refuses to return the money but use it for other means, does it count as stealing?
It's not such an easy question. I mean, it's very interesting question. Very interesting. So I would say it depends how this money were raised. So for example, he said we need to build a mikveh in our neighborhood, right? And then he collected for mikveh. And then they decided, so the government did not give permission. Let's say, I'm just making up a story, right? So he cannot say, and you gave $200 for mikveh. So he cannot say, you know what, I actually, yeah, they did not allow for us to build mikveh, but you know what, we're going to build a new library and buy new books, right? Yes, so he's not allowed to do that. Because when the person was given this $200, he or she were given toward the mikveh, right? If they want to say, yeah, no problem, so you can use this for your library, there is no problem. But otherwise, it's not allowed. It's stealing, 100%. Right? If you gave him for general cause, there is no problem, right? Tzedakah. But if you gave only because you want this mikveh to be built, so they cannot use for anything else. Maybe it's even for saving life, not allowed. You understand? Because it's stealing from that person. I think we're going to get to this chapter like redirecting of tzedakah. It's not so simple. So in that case, I would say not allowed. Right, but if people, I don't exactly remember like how if you put it like a softer condition, so whatever we collect, and whatever is extra, so we can use for community needs. That's if he said so. For example, if it was clearly said so, so yes, he would be able to use for community needs if he have extra. But if the cause did not materialize, yeah, he has to return the money for sure. Okay, what else? Any other question, or we continue? Continue. Okay. Yes, you will. Okay, so somebody asked me this question just, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I think. Vow made in a dream. If a person responsible for a vow made in a dream, right? So it's not like people usually don't dream in vows, but if a person did, it's like it's have some significance. If he does not want to keep a vow, he has the right to annul it just like any other vow that he might have made, right? So meaning for sure person remembers it was in a dream. However, while 3 people are required to annul the regular vow, preferably 10 people are needed to annul the vow made in dream, right? So for regular vow, we said that 3 regular people like do not need to be like big talmidei chachamim, regular people who understand what is going on. But for a vow made in dream, right, you did not even say anything. So it's kabbalistically they say actually require 10 people. Okay, continue. In the event that one made the vow of tzedakah in a dream, one should not annul it. In the event that one made the vow of tzedakah, should not annul it. However, if he is faced with very pressing need, one would be permitted to annul the vow as established previously in section G. Okay, In such a situation, one should consult a competent halakhic authority. So let me quickly see what we said in G. So, but basically, so even if he did it in even though we started that the person has a right to annul it, but it's better to keep it. Right? Of course, if it's present situation, you're allowed to keep it. You have a way out. Just make. Okay, so yeah, G is matter niddah. Okay, no, let's continue. So vow of Asmachta, Reliance. That's very interesting topic. In Jewish law, there's a legal term as Asmachta, Reliance. It is defined as conditional commitment made by the party who does not really expect to honor that commitment. For example, one who sold an item and said that it would be delivered by the certain date and stipulated that he would deduct 20% from the price if it was not delivered on time. Halachically, one is not obligated by such a condition. The concept of Asmachta is generally linked to the financial issues and vows. However, regarding the vow of Tzedakah, the Asmachta would obligate the individual. Consequently, one who stipulates that he would give certain amount to Tzedakah if he did not perform a particular task would be obligated to fulfill this commitment if he did not perform the task. And that's how we actually almost started this book, right? So the question was how to force ourselves to be to perform some mitzvah, to educate ourselves, and we said a punishment is the best. Punishment to some kind of tzedakah. Like for example, you promise to somebody that you do not like, and of course you can then direct it to somebody who you like, and that's how push yourself very hard, right? So let's see one more time from the beginning. We're going to explain. So Asmachta, Reliance. Asmachta is it's reliance, but many times it is translated as a support, right? So what does it mean in halacha? For example, if there is a rabbinical law, it has to have asmachta like support from the Torah, right? So it's not exactly like what says in the Torah and what Rabbi said, but at least it's some reliance, there is some connection, some support, right? So it's not like they made up the laws from nowhere. That's asmachta is. So you we'll learn this term in kiddush shulchan. No, there is no asmachta in kiddush shulchan. No, forget it. It's in Gemara mostly. Okay, continue. In Jewish law, there's a legal term referred to asmachta, reliance. So they translated reliance. It is defined as a conditional commitment by a party who does not really expect to honor the commitment. So meaning this is the best example, meaning the person I'm just assure you. So I mean, in other words, I'm assuring you that I'm sending something overnight, but if you're not going to get it in 2 days, in 3 days, let's say, whatever, I know that you're going to get it tomorrow, but because I'm paying. But if you're not going to get it tomorrow, so I'm going to pay tzedakah, as he said, 20%, right? So meaning that the person has no intention to keep this vow, right? Because to his promise, because the condition is going to be false, meaning that the person is going to receive this merchandise in time. So that's the thing. Luckily, one is not obligated by such a condition. Okay, the concept of asmachta is generally linked to financial issues and vows. Okay. However, regarding the vow of tzedakah, and asmachta would obligate the individual. Right. So how? Consequently, one who stipulates that he would be give a certain amount, so a certain sum of money to tzedakah if he did not perform a particular task. So meaning, if I don't do this, and then I'm going to give money, right, to tzedakah. So same is our example with a seller, right? So if you're not going to get it in 3 days, so I'm going to give you 20% discount. So that's exactly here. So that's the best way to educate ourselves. Punishment, everybody understand punishment, everybody understand financial punishment. That's the best, right? Especially as I tell the story about myself, how I taught myself. I said I'm going to donate to Chabad party, Hanukkah party. Okay, so I'm personally going to spend. That's for me. I stopped like two times. I failed, and that's it. Of course, you can redirect your tzedakah to holy cause, but for me it was right very motivating. Wow. Okay. Any questions on what we said?
What?
Yes. Go ahead.
The question of word says, I wonder if buying things from the Beezrat Hashem shop, count as given tzedakah, the money deducting the cost of the product. If one verbalizes to buy a product from this shop, does it count as a vow for tzedakah?
That's a very good question. I mean, not the whole amount is a tzedakah, because you get in some merchandise. Sometimes it's when you donate to some cause, they say that's how much you can write off your taxes, not the whole amount. So as you said, so I'm let's say like a sweatshirt or something. They have there. I don't know how much. Let's say they say you sell you for $100, right? So you understand it does not cost $100. Maybe it's $15 cost. I don't know, $20. Let's say maybe it's very good quality. So maybe $20, but the rest is going to tzedakah. You're not buying because of the short. You're buying maybe because of the short, but of course you understand. So if you want to buy like a cheap shirt, you would go to the store, right? Not buying that in Beezrat Hashem shop, right? So you buy it in order to give tzedakah. Yeah, for sure. So if you promise to buy, you will promise tzedakah. So maybe just like if you decided not to do it, right? I don't like this color, this and that, well, whatever. Doesn't matter. So you would be obligated at least to calculate how much is the short, and give tzedakah like the rest of the money. So let's say it costs. Let's say I'm just making up numbers, right? Let's say it costs $100. So you give just to be on the safe side, like I don't know, like $85. It's tzedakah, $80, because that's the part of the tzedakah. Okay. What else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So on the same matter, for example, someone put a link from this VH shop recently, and they were having some discounts on the products, and I started like scrolling and seeing what could be like interesting to buy there, and I saw this baseball cap, and I liked it a lot. And I thought about, I didn't verbalize the thing, but I thought about buying it. Sometimes even today I say, okay, this baseball cap is really nice. So without verbalizing it. So what this constitutes sort of a vow, perhaps, if I thought about this?
No, it's not. So it's not exactly, because you did not think about it in terms of tzedakah. But just so you know, you have to be careful with merchandise. When this Corona started, one of our friends, he was actually part of this class some time ago, right? So he was the one who had this idea to have masks, like face masks, like when like in the beginning of Corona, Beezrat Hashem, right? And everybody say it's such a good idea, this and that, and he actually printed and started distributing. But then I told him, look, you like, I don't know, like, but people go with this mask into the bathroom. How does it make sense? You understand? If it's only a guy with a shofar, it's one thing. But it says Beezrat Hashem like on your baseball. I don't like how does it look. That's the big issue. You understand? So I mean that he was. I think he ordered this mask by himself. It's not from Rabbi. I mean I think it was his initiative. But I mean sometimes you have to use a little brain, right? You should not go to the bathroom and people would throw in the garbage, like sometimes after a day or two wearing the same mask people would throw the garbage. So Beezrat Hashem goes to the garbage. It's not proper.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So I have this other question about this issue of making vows on a dream. So why does it require? Okay, it's not like required, but it says preferably 10 people are needed to annul the vow made in a dream rather than just 3. Why is that?
Because as we all understand, it did not come from this world. It came from the upper worlds, right? Same concept. When a person needs to ask forgiveness from somebody, and let's say he forgot, he did not do during the person's lifetime. So now, you can go to his grave and ask him forgiveness, but for sure you need a minyan. You need 10 people, 10 Jews, and they have to be minyan, right, to support. Again, this person is up in Shemayim, right? But when 10 people are collected together, there is special power that have connection to that court. You understand? So that's the power of minyan. That's what he said preferable, and that's why about this person who is trying to ask forgiveness from a dead person. That's the only opinion that I saw. Maybe somebody said not necessary, but I remember only opinion that you must have a minyan to go to somebody's grave and ask him forgiveness. Right. So that's right. So basically, as you know, Hashem is going to hear our prayers when it comes from the minyan. So then it goes express, meaning that there is special spiritual power of the minyan comparing to individuals. Okay. You're welcome.
Says on the board, Shalom for the left. Does life insurance count as Asmachta, given the insurance money does not really want to pay?
Just one second. I mean, that's let me think about it. So they do not. Is it Asmachta if they do not want to pay? I mean, it's a very good question. I need to think about it a little more. It's not an easy question. I mean, you buying from them a product, so it's not a byproduct. You buying from them a guarantee. If something happened, they're going to pay. Is it a smart? I don't. Just thinking out loud. I don't think so. It's not a smart. That's what you buy from them. Asmachta is something extra. So if this is not going to come true, so I'm going to pay you. So I think the perfect example is from the book. So person is not intended to pay. But in case of the insurance, that's what you buy. In the case from the book, they bought something else, and this is added guarantee. But this, in the case of insurance, that's what you buy. You buy the policy. Maybe it is asmachta, but I need to think about deeper. But on the surface of it, it's not.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we have more questions on the board, but aren't related to this topic. So.
We can go to any topics, but if you have on this topic, let's finish the topic then. It's Tzedakah.
Double checking if there's. No.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead to any topic.
Okay. So question go up. Considering when someone converts, their appliances do not need tevilah, since they are considered ownerless. Does this also count as if someone has a company of does this also count if someone has a company of appliances? Could he sell his appliances as if they do not need tevilah?
One side. So wow, that's what a question. So let me try to understand. So somebody when somebody converts, the things become ownerless. No, it's not true. When a convert dies, the things become ownerless. For example, if a person did not marry, right, and he or she does not have any children. From children after they converted. So biological children are not their children. So I mean, in the meaning of the inheritance. So if any Jew who comes there to his house, let's say a person died, so he can take whatever they want. But when person converts, he's a live person. No, it's he or she. It's their things. They belong to them. Right? Can they sell to somebody? Absolutely, they can sell. So, for example, I have I don't know what I have the dishwasher. Let's say I don't know if people sell use dishwasher, but people say sell anything, right? So for me, it's not kosher. But if I sell to another non-Jew, there's no problem. There is no prohibitions whatsoever for them to use this dishwasher. So it does not. I mean. Right, so it does not have to be ownerless. It's mine, but I sell it to a non-Jew. No, there's no problem whatsoever. Was it another part of the question, or that's or we answered it?
Okay, so
could you read this question again? So I mean, I want to show that it's a very unusual question, but very interesting. Go ahead, please.
Mm-hmm. Considering when someone converts, their appliances do not need tevilah since they are considered ownerless. Mm-hmm. Does this also count if someone has a company of appliances? Could he sell his appliances as if they do not need tevilah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So the answer. I mean, tevilah is only for a Jew, and not only the Jew, but Jew who receives it, who is going to use it. Right. So technically, if I borrow from somebody, and let's say I know that the person did not tovel it, did not put it in the mikveh, so I'm not obligated to do that. I think, and it's a good question. I think I can use it as it is, or I can tovel for him with the blessing. I don't think with the blessing, because I'm not obligated. Right, but for non-Jews, as we said, there is no problem whatsoever. Okay, what else? No.
So the question right next to it is kind of tied to this issue of the produce being ownerless or not. It says, what about if someone sells the appliances / products to a non-Jew temporarily before their conversion, and then they claim after?
But I'm not sure what is the reason. I mean, as we explained, this ownerless does not apply in this case. It's like there is no reason to sell it. You see, I mean, we need to understand what a person is trying to like. There is some geniuses, right? So they sell when they sell homets on Pesach. So he said, like in a contract, so I sell my homets. I put it in my kitchen on this top left cabinet, right, and like all of the 3 shelves. 4 shelves with all of the homets, right? And also in my refrigerator, like on the bottom shelves on the right, I have homets. And also, and some clowns, what they put because they heard. So and also the dirt on the dishes. So I'm selling all of my dishes to a non-Jew. Why? Because there is might be I did not clean it correctly. All of this, right? I did not maybe like on a pot, like you have a handle on a pot, and maybe you did not clean it correctly. It was overflowing. I'm just making up this story, right? And there is some homets. Okay, so and I'm going to sell everything to non-Jew. So guess what? These clowns, when they buy back, even though it stayed all of this time in your house, it's non-Jew did not even come to your house. He did not even check, like zero. Right? But since it belonged to non-Jew, you have to toggle everything. Guess what? So that's not a good idea to sell a non-Jew anything or give him as a gift, nothing. Right? The only thing that with a non-Jew that it might be like solution. So you bought something, right? You bought a pot or whatever you bought, and that requires tevilah. Right? So it's a metal or glass, for sure, like biblically required, rabbinically, and you did not have time before Shabbos, like that's it. So, for example, mikveh next to us, I think it's been closed for 2 or 3 months now. I mean, because a few times we came there, so there is a sign. So I checked that the water is so dirty, it's like a brown water. Maybe like because it collects on the roof, maybe like something broke on the roof, or maybe like rust from piece of metal. I don't know, but the water is not clean, so they're not sure. So they say don't do it. I mean, right? So I mean, but you can look inside, but that's what it is. So sometimes like I know it. So next time if I need to go, I would call this place and ask them if it's open. But let's say person said no, it was my dream to use this and this for the Shabbos, and guess what? He comes there and you're not able to use it. So in this case, yeah, you can give it to non-Jew as a gift, right? As a gift, and with what is it? The stipulation that he's going to give it back to you, like after Shabbos, and then you borrow from him. So when you borrow, let's say glasses, wine glass, let's say just make it up, right? So you have a new set of wine glasses. You give it to a non-Jew before Shabbos, so he becomes an owner. You give him as a gift, right? And then you say, can I borrow from you for Shabbos? He said, absolutely, no problem. So you take it from him. You're not obligated to dip it in the mikveh because it's not yours. It's his. And plus, you know that it was not used for the food. So, I mean, it does not absolve for you from dipping, but at least for one day you can use them. So that's one solution that I can think of. And of course, you use it, and after Shabbos he gives you back. He said, yeah, keep it, right? And you can keep it, and then you can go after Shabbos to dip it in the mikveh, right? But otherwise, don't play with fire. Don't give your all the plates, because why? Because you would need to kosher them again. Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Next question to the left. For a product like tom-toms, where it says produced in Israel, should one assume the wheat is grown in Israel and should say the alternate after brocha for wheat grown there?
Tom is a company. Okay. Is the wheat grown there? I mean, if a person ate enough, you understand? So you have to eat kizayis of this food in a period of 3 to 4 minutes. If person ate, then they can say it. If it says product of Israel, even though so even though it says a product of Israel, so Israel also can import the grains, right? Not necessarily that it was made from local grains. So maybe yes, maybe no. I would say we have to call company and ask them. They would know, and sometimes because I have experience with that, they would say we do not know. Why they do not know? I'm going to explain. It's very simple. It's very simple because they use the wheat they use it's commodity. So if the company, if it's cheaper for them to buy in Israel, they buy from Israel. If they cheaper for them to buy in some other country, they're going to buy from other country. Right? For example, a lot of meat in Israel, it's actually from, it's not cow meat, it's not from Israel, it's from Argentina, right? And same in the States, in the United States, a lot of meat from Argentina and Brazil, mostly from Argentina, right? Because they have the best meat. You understand? So just because you bought this fresh piece of meat in Israel does not mean it's from local cow. It could be imported. Right. So I would say maybe yes and maybe no. So in this case, we have to call unless you know for sure it's a local company. For example, you go into the kibbutzim and you buy from kibbutz, right? There is semi-religious kibbutz, many of them. Right? It's very interesting. Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Next question, Jean-Paul Life. If the thief stole in a bathhouse, return the money to all five people, does it count as the other 4 is stealing from him right now?
Yes.
Does it count as putting a stumbling block in front of others? Give others a chance to steal?
That's very good question. But you see, so he comes. So I mean, we have to be realistic. The guy comes and say, "Apologize. I know your crew of construction worker, right? So you were together in a bathhouse after the day of work, right? So I came and there were pants, all of them robe pants, not robe, what is it, uniform pants, or exactly the same. This is one a little more dirty, this is a little less dirty, but they uniform, right? So how do I know? So I put my hand in the pocket. It was, let's say, there was no wallet, just cash there. Okay, so I took $100, And people, and then the guy comes 2 months later, 5 months later, and say, I stole. So to say that all of them are lying, maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe the day before it was, or this morning it was a payday. I don't know. Maybe they got the salary. Like how do you know that they're lying? But on one hand, on the other hand, like let's say if it was yesterday, let's say, and they for sure they knew that they had money or not. Let's say. They are for sure 4 of them are lying, but can you prove that they're lying? No, right? Can you prove? You cannot prove. So technically, that's why it says that he can give the money to the Bezdin and said, Bezdin, take care of it. I don't know what to do. I stole only 100. I'm not obligated to return 500. But in the Bezdin of Shamayim, he is responsible because he stole from there. They know from whom he stole, right? And he has to pay this 100 to that individual. So is it obligation? It's not obligation. But if you want to clean your act in Shamayim, that's what you have to do. Are they stealing from 100%? Is it a stumbling block? No, stumbling block when you initiating things. Even though you did so, but let's say, it's up to them, right? Of course, the Bezdin is going to try to push them. Look, the guys, come on. It cannot be that all of you are victims. He still they would push, and made them swear, right? No, I apologize. I have to take it back. In this case, Bezdin cannot make them swear. I don't think so. They cannot make them swear, but they would push. And let's say nobody gives in, right? Everybody says no, it was my $100. So it says that we have expression if somebody somebody's a sinner want to swallow a poison, so shove it down his throat. It's not my business. I want to do mitzvah. I do want to do mitzvah, meaning what? Teshuvah. I want to return stolen money. That's another mitzvah. So I'm trying to do it. I'm not putting stumbling block in front of anybody. Right? So that's a very good question.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the Shiur. Question: does selling insurance constitute gambling?
Selling insurance, it's not gambling. It's not. That's perfectly normal thing to sell insurance. Insurance is a product. So it's guarantee. So basically, I'm actually looking for insurance. These companies they all go crazy. I have a car. It's old car. It's I need basic insurance. They raise it 25%. For what? They say because I call them and they explain because the medical expenses in your area raised. But 25% they raise. You can see my driver records. I never ask you for any money in the past. I've been with this company for 4 years. I never asked them. I did not file any claims. They raise every year. It's ridiculous. But they sell the product. So meaning what? If somebody get into accident, let's say car accident or medical insurance, so they're going to pay. There is no problem. It's not gambling. They think that you most of the people are not going to get into car accident, let's say, right? But somebody who will, and sometimes you drive and you see when they clean up after accident, there were parts, car parts, and they all of the liquid spilled, and they did clean up. It's whoa. I'm not sure if somebody is alive there. You understand? So of course, and this person can be on a life support or go through 100 surgeries, whatever, but insurance is going to pay for it, right? A million, I don't know how many, like million, 2 million, I don't know how many, how much. I mean, but that's what insurance is, and it's actually a very Jewish profession. There is a like not profession, but I don't know what is the profession, occupation, whatever you call it, actuary, right? So it's people. Those are people who calculate the probability of something to happen. So I have to be very, very knowledgeable, very like logical, very like deep thinker, analyzer, and they pay insurances pay very, very good price, very good salary, and when in a place where I used to work for many years, I worked in that building for 15 years, probably, right? 15 years. So we had a minion, and so the company, insurance company, owned the whole building, and they rented my half or whatever where my company was. So it was like on one floor it was one company. Sometimes the one floor has two companies, small company, but doesn't matter. And these people like they own the half of the building, the whole company. Like it's not maybe it was insurance, but like basically they would sell to other insurances wholesale. And they would one of the products, I mean a lot of products they sell, like and they would like do all of the calculations. And many people, these actuaries were actually religious people from yeshivas. So they would take the courses, logic is there, deep analytical skills are there. And that's it. So like in that company, it's very interesting. You take the elevator because we prayed there in one of the what is it conference rooms. So you have religious Jews and Chinese. Guess what? Chinese also like very deep, like analyzer people, like and right, and the Jews a lot. Baruch Hashem. So and then for religious Jews, like was like you, these yeshivas would give you like some credits, for philosophy, for Talmud. I mean, they would make up many credits like for Hebrew, like languages, Aramaic, another language. Although I mean, it's not made up. Like whatever, they would give you credits, and then you would have to get some credits like for you toward your specialty, right? And they would ask hire the professors, whatever the teachers come to yeshiva. So in order to boys not to go anywhere, right? But for teachers to come to yeshiva, it's very interesting. Like it's a very, very thoughtful and like kosher, absolutely kosher environment. So this teacher would come, teach them, and they leave, and these boys would continue to learn Torah, and they would get a very good salary. Very good salaries, Baruch Hashem, and like many religious Jews, and we actually joined them for a minyan. Very interesting, right. So yeah, so it's there's no problem in insurance if they're not trying to cheat. For example, as I said, I was in a place where I lived, I have to buy like house insurance, like residential insurance, and my broker called me and said your insurance that you had for 4 years, they're not reliable. So we have we're going out like from this relationship because then basically not reliable. I know they're not paying. Like before that they were good. Now they decided not to pay, and that's it. So like the rating went down, so my broker said, we don't want to deal with them. I mean, there are different companies that can provide the same service, even better. So why should we risk? So so this to sell this insurance, if they know they're not reliable, that if something, God forbid, happened and you need somebody to pay this, and no, we did not cover it. Did you see the page number 673 on the bottom? You see this last two paragraphs? Or you did not see? Oh, too bad, because we actually thought about it and we actually included that, so they're not going to pay. So this insurance is who need that. So that would be scam, yes, but otherwise insurance is a good product. You're welcome.
Question about the incidents between Noach and Canaan. I wonder, what's the measure for Noah's suffering? Why would he got such a humiliating, traumatic suffering?
Oh, it's because of the wine. You see, Noach, that our sages say that he did not sleep at all while he was in this teva, in this ark. He did not sleep. Why he did not sleep? Because there was no time to sleep. He had to cater to all of these animals. Some animals, they nocturnal, right? That they only at night, so they're active only at night. So you have to feed them at night. All of the other animals that you have to feed during the day, and you have to work, and you have to different animals. They eat the different food, right? You cannot give tiger a salad or something. You understand this? Or you cannot give gazelle a piece of meat. So he worked. Noach worked non-stop, right? He worked non-stop. And after, he understood what happened, the whole world was destroyed, this and that, and he's the only survivor, and all of the animals were destroyed. And he decided to plant vineyard, wine, out of from all of the species, that not wheat, not apples, not I don't know, some other, not potatoes, wine. And he drank the wine. It was the consequences, right? It's wine is not free. This enjoyment. Somebody asked me on YouTube in one of the commentary. They ask not related commentary, and somebody asked, is it alcohol in Jewish wine? I'm not sure why. If wine is considered, should be alcohol. I mean, I said yes. You understand? But people have to use their brain. If it's alcohol, and if you this story about what is it, Noach? It was actually it should have been a lesson to Lot, not to drink, right? Because what happened to he had to think what happened to to Noach, and we know what happened to Lot as well, right? It says that Canaan actually had relations with Noach, right? And then he castrated him. All of this craziness of the world, right? And then when Nadav and Avihu also drank, so it says our sages why they were punished so severely. Of course, there are different reasons, 6 or 7 reasons, but one of them, I remember, they should have learned from this too, not to do it. You understand? So if a person drinks wine, it's only not obvious, but you have to predict that something can happen. And that's why many people ask me about wine, so I give all the same answer. Yes, you're allowed to drink wine, but you're not allowed to be drunk, because you have to stay ready to serve Hashem every second of your life, right? So I mean, me personally, sometimes I like wine, I would drink, but maybe I don't have time. Only Friday night I do a little more, but that's it. Well, other days there is so many things to do, right? You have to clear mind, right? You have to have clear mind, yeah. So that's it. So Noach did. he put himself in that situation. It's like somebody like cut his hand and said, you know what, to put my jacket without second hand, it's such a big burdensome. Okay, yes, but you already cut your hand, so what are you complaining now? Same with wine. So it's actually like it's story of Noach, but it's story for all of us, like warning what could have happened, right? And another story, like it's very unfortunate, like that people who trying to do teshuva, and they would like in the olden days, right? She would go to this club, and they put in her drink whatever they drink, and they did whatever they did. I mean, that's I mean, even I never went to this club, but even I know these stories. Like that's Noach, right? Okay, what else? You're welcome.
So, in regards to this issue of wine, so if a person decides to do kiddush without the wine and using grape juice instead, does a person, I don't know, loses some of the elevation from the mitzvah by using one over the other, or it's spiritually it would be the same?
I mean, okay, that's very good question. So according to some of our sages, grape juice is not wine. Just so it's not halacha. It's not halacha, but wine is a higher level of the mitzvah, as we understand, right? So if a person just drinks wine, but not too much, like maybe you're in a good mood, in a good spirits, there is no problem whatsoever. But to be drunk and follow. Getting sleepy at the table, that's not good. Not good. For example, when we do Pesach, right, on Pesach Seder, of course, everybody say you need to use the red wine and this and that. So we do the red wine, and we like dilute it with the grape juice. You understand? So even we drink like what is it, 9% wine? It's like. So some people think that it's juice. No, it's not 9%. But when you start Pesach Seder at where we live, approximately like 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. whatever. Like it's very very late until you you're busy. My wife is busy. Everybody were busy. Almost did not eat the whole day. Everybody were cooking this and that preparation, last preparation. So now you start with kiddush, right? So you drink. So I drink according to Chazon Ish. So Chazon Ish said 5 ounces, so I drink almost 5 ounces. Okay, so just because it's biblical, no, it's rabbinical, but I'm like on Pesach, I'm trying to be stringent. I mean, it's my personal thing. So if I drink this 5 ounces, even 3 ounces, even this three this 9 percent wine, I'm going to be drunk because I did not eat almost the whole day. So that's too much. So and then read the Haggadah, do this, do that. It's like it's ridiculous. So who needs that? So what we do, we add 30% juice or maybe sometimes more. So to make it is a wine, but it's very light. You understand? So because it's practical. Of course, I know some people drink 13% and they feel and they drank and they forget words and miss words. Who needs that? You understand? But if Friday night or whatever, before a person goes to sleep, there is no problem. Have a little extra, no problem. But this little extra, for example, when you finish your meal, you have to say Birchas Hamazon. So when you say Birchas Hamazon, the laws of Birchas Hamazon are close, very related to the laws of Shmona Esrei. So you have to be in a condition that you would be able to stand about government official, and you would be able to talk to them. So much clear-minded you should be. You understand? And then talk nicely, Otherwise, like this government dignitary, they can kill him. I mean, in olden days. You understand? So and on one hand, yeah, we can drink extra, but not too much extra. And people, like, for example, on Purim, these empty people, the stupid people, and especially kids, that they drink extra, they drunk. And guess what? Many of them miss mincha. Right, even though sages say the mincha is the most important prayer of the day, even though they miss birchas hamazon. Why? Because they're too drunk to say it, and they have a good time, and it's yeah. Actually, they collect only aware. Who needs that? It's not even rabbinical. It's not even rabbinical to drink wine. You understand? So that's the story about wine. Yeah, go ahead. What else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Next question. In last week's parsha, it mentioned someone called Hur holding up one of Moshe Rabbeinu's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any more information on who he was?
Hur was his nephew. No, it was. Was he Miriam's son? I think. So he was actually killed when in the incident of the. No. What's that? Was he killed? No. In the incident of golden calf? No. Who was killed? Holding Moshe Rabbeinu. Is it in the war with Amalek?
Yes, in a war against Amalek, he was holding one of Moshe's hands.
I think it was this was one of his nephews. Yes, maybe son of the Miriam. Don't remember exactly, but I think so. Yes.
Right?
Yes, I mean we have to check those somehow. In my mind, I mean, but I think that the Hur was killed in an incident of the golden calf. That's how I remember. It was Yeshua was fighting Aaron, and somebody else was holding his hands. Okay, have to check the verse.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
I thought he was the husband of Miriam. He was Miriam's husband. He indeed got killed on the incident of the golden calf when he refused to be part of it. He was one of the person that was killed because of it.
No, I'm okay. Nachshon ben Aminadab was her husband, I think. So that's why it says that Hashem said that I'm going to build you houses to Yechavet and Miriam. To Yechavet he built the what house of Levites, right? I mean through Moshe, right? And to Miriam the house of Yehuda. Mashon ben Aminadab was from Yehuda.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So when the husband of Miriam got killed, and some time after she married Caleb ben Yefuneh, wasn't it?
That's a good point. Maybe he will get killed. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Don't remember. Yeah. But sounds correct. Caleb was maybe he died and she made it Caleb, right? Maybe. Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
So yeah, Caleb is the one who would enter the land, right, of Israel, right, and he and Yeshua, only two from this generation, plus all of the Levites and Kohanim. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Okay, next question. Question about halachos of brochos.
Mm-hmm.
For eating inedible food, for example, a ripe apple, when should we say shehakol? And when should we not say brocha?
Okay, so if it's inedible, we don't say blessing because it's not good for us. It's not. Right. So if it's if it's very very like a sour, like very very green, so we don't say any blessing. But if it's not ripe, but I mean it's edible, but it's better not like sometimes like what happened to me just recently. We bought bananas, and one of them they were completely green, and I thought that they become a little yellow. So not they become yellow, and I thought that they actually ripe now. So but they were not. So unfortunately, it was very they were not ready. Right. So on this you would say shechako. Because can you eat them? Yeah. Is it taste of banana? It's a little. You understand? So on apples, when they close, like it's still sour. For example, the ripe product would be more sweet and sour, right? But they still sour, but edible, like in case of the meat. So you would say shechako, but if it's like very inedible, so you don't say any blessing.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome. So in my case, these bananas. So if you try to eat them green as they are, so you would not say blessing. But when they became yellow, so I mean, of course, I did not think of it. I mean, from the look of it, they were ready. So you would say shechako because they were not ready. Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for the Shiur question. Is a wife in the state of niddah permitted to wash her husband's tzitzis or talis?
Yeah.
And whether she's niddah or not, is she allowed to recite Tehillim while she is washing them? Thank you very much, Rabbi.
I mean, if it's not in the bathroom, I would say yeah. So yeah. So first question, if she's niddah, there is no problem. I mean, it has nothing to do with talis. Yeah. She can wash that. There is no problem. And but Tehillim, there is no problem. If it's not in the bathroom, there is no problem. So. It's not something that is degrading. So in olden days, we have to understand. In olden days, maybe like in a bathhouse. So they say why this bathhouse was filthy and you would not be allowed to say Hashem's name and stuff like that. So why is that? Right? Like even have thoughts of the Torah because it was filth. People did not wash for the whole week. Sometimes like months or something. And there were no plumbing. So basically the water would drain like between the boards and like to kind of like to the cistern like underneath. You understand? So all of this dirt, like from the body, were like mixed with the soap, is actually were on the floor. So it was a lot of filth, in there. And some people do their laundry in there because they have a lot of hot water. But if she wants to do it in a kitchen or something or outside, there's no problem with that.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Next question. Hold on. Was the wine different back then than it is today?
Yes. Yeah. back then, the wine was very concentrated, and if you read the Talmud, so, and even the Shulchan Aruch, I mean, not in the times of Mishnah Brura, but in the Talmud for sure, it's when sages talk about wine, they call mixing the wine, not pouring the wine, but mixing the wine. Mixing the wine. So because wine, they would mix 5 parts or 6 parts of water to 1 part of wine. That's how like strong wine was. Understand? So today, our wine, it's a lot of water, a lot of water, and basically, you have to understand, and sometimes you would not understand until you call the company, like a kashrus company, and ask them like how much water I can add to this wine to dilute it. Right, so and you would be surprised. So in my mind, maybe there is I can add half of the water. Like if it's like 13% percent alcohol, I want to be make it less strong. Maybe yes, maybe not. It's not so simple. It's not so simple. We have to ask them how much water it was added, like how much they dilute. So that's why, of course, on Pesach we don't want to risk it to add water to that. Who needs that? So we dilute wine with grape juice. That's for sure. That's kosher 100%. But maybe you can add 25%, maybe 50%. You have to check. I only check about the grape juice. The grape juice that we use, they say 25-30%, no problem. To add water to that juice. But more, don't do it, because it loses the blessing of the juice. So it's becomes like drink. They call it drink, right? Like shechako, basically. Even though it looks like wine, smells like wine, but it loses the status of wine. But in olden days, totally different. Mixing wine. Okay, what else?
Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Question about wine.
Mm-hmm.
If someone is easily affected by alcohol, can he drink grape juice for Purim and Pesach Seder?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no problem whatsoever. Yeah, I mean there is no obligation to drink like alcohol beverages on Purim to begin with. It says that you have to drink, so you would not know the difference between wicked Haman and blessed Mordechai. So our sages, it's right there in Shulchan Aruch. I don't know how people can get it wrong. So he said clearly, drink whatever, just one drop. I'm just making up. Drink tea, and and pretend that you drank, and go have a nap. So you in at least 1 hour to 40 minutes nap that you have after this green tea or whatever. So you don't know the difference between because of what you drank. So you don't know the difference between who is wicked, who is blessed. That's it. You understand? So that's there is no obligation. But on basic, it's a different story. Right, and it's proper just to buy grape juice, red grape juice, and then that's it, and drink grape juice, no problem.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Question from Torah. For Noah, given he had oral Torah, did he need to wait for 3 years before reaping the grapes?
Before reaping the grapes, that's a good question. I don't think that this is too deep of details, right? I don't think that they had to wait. I don't think so. I mean, especially in his time and his environment, he had to get ready. Everything was wiped out, right? There is nothing in the world, and he has to restart right away. So he could not wait 3 years. But plus these laws, I don't think they apply to Noach, and plus, according to some opinions, I think they apply only in Eretz Israel. Right? Of course, we keep them outside of Eretz Israel. So, but I'm not sure if most likely, and I don't remember exactly, but most likely it's only by rabbinic decree. So it's not 3 years; it's just when it's 4 years, right? Because fourth year we were supposed to get it to Yerushalayim and eat there. And we actually planned it. We have a little piece of soil in front of our apartment, right? And we planted there two wines, grape wines, two different kind. And for 3 years, even though they grew pretty fast, but for 3 years there was no it was only there were only little grapes, and the birds ate it, and squirrels ate it, but it was you can see they undeveloped. There is nothing to feel sorry about it. But after the third year, yeah, that's when I have more or less normal grapes. And the science say it's not healthy because it's not developed. The grape one is not strong enough to fetch all the nutrients whatever they need from the ground. But I mean, we don't go by science, but we go by Torah. So Hashem said, "Don't do it." We don't do it. That's it. And plus, somebody told me about the apples. So for 3 years there is nothing two and a half apples and they you see they are very, very sour. I mean, from the look of it, you see they're very, very sour. Okay. So go ahead.
I have 2 questions.
Go ahead, please.
So I see more and more that rabbis are speaking about Enoch that turned into what I assume is the top hierarchy angel. So now there is a source about the end of days, Sefer Babel, where it's clarified that angel Mike is also this angel. So are there 2 angels in this level? In a similar way, there is Jacob and Joseph.
So the Hanoch and somebody else are the same angels? I have no idea. I mean, I don't think he became. I think this angel that started with M, right? Yeah, correct. So yeah, I mean, yeah, he's on top level. Is something on his level? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Because I see that Jacob and Joseph are maybe in heaven, the heavenly realm. Also, there are 2 of these angels, but I'm still researching this and not found the answer yet.
Yeah, Yaakov and Yosef, the angels. I don't know. I think they're just souls in Gan Eden. I never heard them being angels. Why would be? We have enough angels. Hashem creates angels every day, millions and millions. It says tens of thousands, just to say kadosh, 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 and then he destroys them. So why do you need Yaakov? Right.
The other question is about blessings. If I made a blessing on black olives and later on decided to open green ones, do I repeat the blessing?
So that's a very good question. So I would say that depends on the situation. So for example, if you have 2 jars in front of you, and you decided to open one, black one, right? And you start eating black, and then you decide, let me try the green. Since they were on the table, there is no problem, they covered. But if they were like in your kitchen cabinets, and you start eating black and say, maybe they spoiled, let me get another one. So this another one not covered. So it depends on the situation. If we're not planning to eat both of them, and plus they were or they were not in front of you, they're not covered. So you would need to make different blessing.
And it's the same with bread. Two different kinds of bread.
Bread? No. With bread, once you start eating bread, everything is covered. Especially bread is like you finish this bread, whatever you had, and you're still hungry, so you can get some other piece of bread. So it is covered. It's part of the meal, right? Because it's normal for a person to start meal and say, I'm going to eat 2 pieces of bread, a little egg, a little potato, this and that, and then he eats half of the whatever is stored in the refrigerator. That's normal, right? And that's actually what all of the things are covered. Or what is not covered, so exception to the situation would be wine. So in wine is in what sense? So we actually learned it in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch class is in a section where you say Hatov Hametiv, who is good and does good, right? And we said there, if you were drinking wine and you did not finish, let's say you drank whatever, like half a bottle you drank, and you decided to open another bottle, right? So this bottle was not in front of you. You did not intend to drink that from that bottle, but you open another one. So you say Hatov Hametiv, meaning what? That people like in olden days did not have money to buy the wine. And me, we are so lucky. Not only we have money to buy wine, we have 2 different kinds of wine. Especially if you know that the second wine is superior to the first one, and or at least the same quality. So, but if it's like not as good, so you would not say Hatov Hametiv, right? So it's like wine is show luxury, the people are rich, at least in olden days, right?
So it cannot be used to avoid making Birkat Hamazon a different kind of bread. Does not come.
No, if it's a definition, if this product defined as bread, right, it could be combined. So what does it mean? So you can have one slice, like let's say half a kizayis from the wheat, and half a kizayis from a barley. Right? I mean, there's no problem. They just combine together. Right? So because it's both of them are bread. I mean, different kind of bread, but still bread.
So there is no way to avoid making the after blessing.
No, I mean, not to make after blessing, you have to eat less than kizayis. So if you eat less than kizayis, whatever food, you would not say after blessing. That's it.
But I mean, if I am eating 29 grams of one kind of bread, and I eat another 29 grams of another kind of bread. Mm-hmm. I am obligated to make Birkat Hamazon.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. So, like in general rule, we say after blessing, if you eat one food or combination of solid foods of 28 grams in a period 3 to 4, maximum 9 minutes. But we try not to rely 3 to 4 minutes. So, and it could be combination of different foods. Right. and foods do not combine with drinks. Drinks count separately. Okay. What else?
Okay.
Yes, go ahead, please.
I have this doubt about this story about that Bilegesh Begiba.
Mm-hmm.
So recently I read about this story just like superficially, not too much in depth.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, without commentaries, and
Mm-hmm.
of course I should not like judge at face value what happened there, but I'm still baffled. The whole story and what this Levite did to this woman. So I was wondering, like, what happened there? I mean, what did this person did this thing to this woman? I mean, did he have like any sort? I mean, I don't know what he did to her. I mean, after she suffered so much, he dismembered her, and he sent this parts to the other tribes. So I was wondering what happened here, like.
Mm-hmm. So of course it's a huge topic, but I'm going to just summarize the story. So the story goes that it was a man, and he would like to have relations with non-Jewish women, right? So they did not want to convert, but whatever he would use one as pelagish, meaning concubine. And I think that the story goes, he beat her up or something. He was not treating her correctly, basically, right? And she ran away to her parents, right? I think, like far away, if I remember the story correctly. And he decided to go to apologize and take her back and stuff like that. Okay, so he went to her parents, like it was far away, to apologize, take her back and stuff like that, and all is good. And they were coming back. They stop over in one old man's house, right? Like going back, and then Levites, Gibeah, whatever the place was, right? They surrounded the house. Exactly, the story is like a lot, and say, "Bring us this guest, and we're going to know him," right? And they say, "No." He said, "I have my daughter." All this craziness, right? And this girl. So basically, that girl, like she was only pelagish, she was a concubine. So okay. So they, in order to save their own life, they give this girl, this pelagish, and they rape her, like the whole gang. Levites, right? Maybe he was Levi, but they were from Binyamin, right? So. And they raped her to the sense like till the morning, and she died. And she died, and when he was trying to search for justice, like nobody cared. So he dismembered and sent the parts to all of the tribe and said, "That's what that's the Jews. That's what we do with people. We rape the girl till she dies, like this." That's what happened on October 7th, right? All like similar attitude. Maybe not wishes, not the wishes, but like same crazy idea, right? And then all of these tribes came and say, "Give us men who did this, and we're going to judge them because they actually killed her, this and that." Not kill her, whatever, for the rape, we have to judge them, and they say absolutely not. We're not going to give out our men. And then the old tribes started war with the tribe of Benjamin, almost exterminate them. Right? That's the story. Right? So I mean, there is a lot of you can learn from the story. Why would he? Like all of this lustful guy, like he need this pelagish, this in the course of the story, before the story, I think he had another few women. Like, I understand, that's the thing. Okay. So is it any like specific question you want to ask about the story? I mean, I gave you the story in a nutshell. That's what happened. And almost exterminated all the Binyamin, and a lot of Jews died because Hashem said, "Oh, now you like you're so zealous. You wanna like fight for the own honor of this Pelagish, but you did not want to fight for my honor, like for idol worshippers, right? But for here you want to fight. Okay, let's see what happened. Because many people died in this war. Okay, what else?
Rabbi.
You're
No, I was just thinking amongst the many things that happened in this story. So I don't know. For example, was it okay that he gave this girl away to this people that wanted to rape him in order to save his life? He gave her as if she was an object, and I don't know. It seemed to me like it was, I don't know.
I think they asked, I don't know exactly, I apologize, I don't 100% remember. Maybe they asked for her. Maybe they asked for her, and this old man offered himself or his daughter, but say, no, we're going to take your daughter and her. Right, so the halacha is if this like army or something, like bandits or whatever, the people who have power, and they come and they demand a specific person from you, so you're allowed to give them, because they say, look, if you're not going to give us this specific person, because according to our laws, whatever he's guilty, we're going to kill him. So we're going to kill all of you and that person. So in this case, you're allowed to give this person. But if they come and say, give us any girl and we're going to do whatever we want with her, we're not allowed to give. Right? Or any person, forget about the girl. Any, like, give us 10 people, we're going to kill them or do whatever they want, so we're not allowed to give them. So, but if they use specific names, then we're allowed.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So one of her friends asking Shalom for the love, is commonly allowed to have concubines, or is it only for kings?
No, concubines was for everyone. So who is a concubine? Concubine is a wife without ksuba. That's the only difference, right? So ksuba means that that man signs in this contract, and he has 2 witnesses, right? That he's obligated to feed her, provide like a lodging for her, and have intimate relations. 3 things, and it's in writing. So if he does not want to feed her, or cannot feed her, or does not want to have relations with her, so she can file for a divorce, and he would need to pay her ksuba, or right, or at least until they divorce, they would force him to pay for her sustenance. But there is no ksuba with a pelagish, meaning he's not obligated. So if tomorrow he said, you know what, nice knowing you out. She said, give me some time, I need to find a new apartment. No, you have 37 minutes to get out, and that's what it is. That's a pelagish. Right? Today we don't have pelagish, but that's this pelagish is actually the only way to fix the issue of mamzerim, right? In this world, and it says how to fix the issue of mamzerim. I think if he's a mamzer, this person is a mamzer, and just one second. No. It's not. It's not. No, it's not. I apologize. No. So she in that case, the woman would be a slave. She would be not shivcha, but like a non-Jewish slave. So if she want to be a non-Jewish slave, so and a Jew like as a master, he is allowed to have relations with a non-Jewish slave, like if he's a mamzer, right? And let's say they have children, and then she converts. This lady can convert, so technically it's going to be like it's exception to the law. So these children are going to be his children, right? Halakhically his children, and because he like owned her, whatever it means, right? I mean, whatever it means, like legally according to Torah halacha, and his children are not going to. No, these new children are not going to be mamzerim. If she's going to have other children with him, those children are going to be mamzerim. But whatever children like were born from this union, if they convert, they're going to be Jewish, his children, and not mamzerim. So that's the only way how to fix it, the situation. So that's the only that's the only way, and that's like in some sense, as Rabbi explained, it's a privilege of the converts. Only they can fix it, nobody else. It's very interesting.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Just before we wrap it up, I have this doubt. So why would a woman even or ever, I don't know, comply or accept to be a concubine? Like, is it because there's the only option for her, considering her, I don't know, her status or something like that, or she has to be like a former slave or something? I don't know. What's the issue behind a concubine? It's just like a regular woman that decides to be a concubine, and that's it.
I mean, she decides, or he would offer her. Maybe like he said, I'm going to support you. Of course, I mean, if he's a rich man, he's for him like it would be a matter of honor to have his concubine like taken care of. You understand? So that's the thing. So and she would not be able to get married otherwise, like, or she does not want to get married. She wants to be part of this household, right? So she can offer herself to be a concubine. The Timna was a concubine, right, of the Eliphaz, I think, right? And they had Amalek. So she said, I cannot marry you. So for example, and another example would be the woman is not on that level to be like to be fit to be a wife to that man. Let's say he's from a very important family, she's not. Let's put it this way, right? So she can decide to be concubine. I mean, for us, it's very strange because women were very independent, but right, her children would be actually his children, the way I understand, right? And David HaMelech had concubines. He had 18 wives and plus concubines. So concubines are not counted in a number of 18, just so you know. And his son, Avshalom, he raped his concubines. That he raped them like in front of everybody, but it was like that's what he did in order to show everybody why that I'm serious. So if somebody raped the king's wife, so of course the king, when he comes back, he would kill that person. There is no bigger insult than that, right? Of course. So Avshalom had to do it like political, show, right, that there is no way back. So I'm here, I'm going to be the king, and it's not like my father is going to come back and he's a nice guy and say, oh, I have shalom, okay, I forgive you, no problem, go to your little castle and play there. No, I'm going to rape his concubine, like everybody would know. So that's there is no way back. That's exactly what he did, this Avshalom. And it started with what? That he was nice looking, and he had very long hair. So all of these people with long hair, and I had a few in my life, and I was trying the guys, right? The guys. So I was trying to convince them to cut the hair. I said I said the story of Avshalom. That's like Shimshon, right? This long hair would bring you like to the wrong place. People laugh like, well, what is it to you, Rabbi? So one guy was wearing the hat, like a hat, like a winter hat, ski hat, like I don't know, not ski hat, but whatever, some kind of hat. So it would be like or some kind of hat / kippah to hide his hair. So, but both of them went up and went down because of the hair, and not because of the hair, but like when person is too much attached to their looks, like especially hair, like hair is arrogance basically, right? So that's the issue. Okay, what else?
And that was the last question.
Okay, no problem. So thank you very much. So please join us tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Thank you and good night.